fatter than that. I'm less fat than I was 2 months ago.
I saw mine.
I know, I've been fucking chain smoking. I'm like,
My fault.
when's the weight come off? That was
Start
the whole,
walking around the pit.
one of the benefits of start walking around the pit.
That shit'll shed right off. Like, get lung cancer. Alex over here don't smoke cigarettes. Fucking just smokes a pack a day now.
We could do the Kenny update and then I could switch out coats and take off the tie.
Yeah, sure.
I like how you're dressed up for my update. It's good. It's good.
Well, we're dressing up because these are coats I'm selling on eBay. So if I wore it on that podcast,
Game worn.
Game on.
Yeah.
We could cut it into pieces and make baseball cards. Number them.
I spent a chunk of change on a fucking sport coat last night on eBay.
You remember that, but you don't remember going to the hitching post.
Well, Bingo woke up.
He spent way more money on a sport coat than the hitching post.
Yeah. $12 is the hitching post.
Bingo woke up, and I've just been staring at it. It's
It would go that way.
with tax and all, it was $312. And the only one I've ever spent like a lot of money on was that green and yellow. It was a Vanderbilt, some famous designer from the 70s. And I spent like $700 on that. It's the one that's it shows up in a lot of press. I'm wearing it in the green kitchen. Yeah. It's fucking bright green and yellow, like.
Okay, yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bingo woke up to piss, and I go, "Tell me I shouldn't spend this money." She goes, "You have to buy that. You have to buy that."
What did we buy?
That sport coat I showed you on
Oh,
eBay?
it was sexy.
What a
Sexy.
good woman. What a good woman.
Oh man, sexy.
It's a brown paisley.
Jenny does that to me for almost everything that I'm all spoiled. I'm like, isn't that cool? Go ahead. Last night I passed that general exam for my radio, and it authorizes me on different frequencies, which means now I need a new, better radio. So I go and show her, and I go, "Man, look at this! It just popped up on Facebook. It's like a $1,300 radio for $575." And she goes, "Yeah, that's pretty nice." And I was there, I go, fuck, all right. Point taken.
You bought it?
No. No,
You need to ask Bingo those questions.
Yeah.
What?
Ask a person addicted to shopping if you should buy it or not. That's what you do.
She usually gives me the green light if we can afford it. But
Start streaming some more.
I am.
Could have been streaming me live.
When you say you're streaming, it means you're interacting.
Well,
Because the shit's up anyway.
so right now, the stream is going.
Yeah.
That's a scanner.
When I
police scanner.
texted you yesterday and you said I'm streaming,
I was streaming airport traffic, but also on the mic,
Yeah.
bullshitting with people. Yeah. But I do both. Sometimes I'm not on there. Sometimes I'm on there.
all right.
Sometimes I'm in the chat. Soon I'll be on a CB radio talking to the chickens. I have all kinds of crazy ideas going.
It'd be kind of hilarious doing like a chicken run type thing where you're voicing over the chickens.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just doing that with Jenny last night. They couldn't figure out to go into bed, and I'm like, I think this is the spot. It's high up here. No, it's you're exposed. You're exposed. Get down.
Come on, Larry. You just trust yourself. Come on up.
Yeah, you nailed it.
That would be so funny. Tell you what, yesterday's slider was one of the best sliders I've ever had.
I was fucking high, and every bite of that was fucking magical. Every French fry.
I was shocked
Even ate all
that
the
you were
french fries,
digging it.
pretty much.
I know.
At the hitching post?
No, the
The ballpark.
ballpark.
Oh.
Usually he eats 2 fries and then slides it all over to Derek. I ate 3 of his fries and he ate the rest.
Yeah, it took me a little while. It took me longer than it should have to realize that if you go out to lunch with Stanhope, you don't really have to order anything. You can just hang out. If you're willing to share food, which I am, you don't have to. You're like, all right. There you go.
Andy and I on the road almost never get our own food. It's always
Or your own
something.
beds. You share beds.
Hey, you gotta be.
He gets sad when Andy's not in his
I
bed.
love it. I
He's
love
lonely.
it. That's what I picture.
Yeah.
It's like the Dumb and Dumber spooning.
And they put us up in our own rooms over in. After 10 days of sharing rooms on the road in Scandinavia, they gave us our own rooms and. Like, where's Andy and all his shit? And he gets into a room and just fucking literally starts throwing shit everywhere, and then spends the rest of the day organizing everything.
Compartmentalizing.
Yep.
But yeah, when we had rooms across from each other, we just leave our doors open. I think I have a picture of where the room is so fucking small that there's only one chair in it, and it barely fits. So Andy brought his chair and his nightstand out into the hallway so we could.
I saw that. That's great. I picture you guys. You have the separate rooms, so you get lonely. So you just move into the same room, and then now you have a jerking off room and a sleeping room. Hey, don't be jerking off in here. Go to the jerking off room.
But yeah,
Inconsiderate bastard.
Andy would come over and just lay down in my bed and we'd just have our doors open.
It's like, oh boy.
So we get the we were getting updates on like what's Kenny doing, because Derek showed up at one of our shows in New Mexico.
I saw that.
Without Andy gets a phone call and he goes, it's a Sierra Vista number. He didn't have this number and he put it on speaker. Hello, where are you guys? What do you mean? We're at a bar. He goes, what's the name of it? I'm like, he's here.
That's great.
He said, I'm out front.
If you knew the name.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn, Derek should have let me know. I would have rode with him.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd still be there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So he was on his way to Missouri to go visit.
Oh, okay.
And he's still out there because I guess the Suburban that I gave him shit the bed.
I told him it was gonna.
Well, it should.
Go figure.
Well, it only has 114,000 miles on it, which is nothing for a fucking. Yeah.
But didn't it belong to like a school system?
Yeah, NACO schools.
Yeah. You can't have fleet vehicles are different. You can't hold. People will take care of a vehicle if it's not your vehicle and you drive it every day for a job.
Yeah.
You're gonna treat it like shit.
Yeah,
I was a fleet mechanic. I know.
He had the air conditioning unit replaced and it cost him like $1,200. It was like his whole month pay. He was broke as shit that month, but he got it replaced.
Is it irony when you put a $1,200 air conditioning in an $800 vehicle?
Hey.
I'm not sure what the definition
funny
of
thing-
irony is. I don't think that's.
I've seen rims.
The funny thing is he had to repair the fix later on, like a week later or 2 weeks later. He's like, oh, I gotta they didn't. And next thing you know, he's turning up the middle console and he's hooking the hose back up to the big middle thing that's like the vent or whatever it is to the AC. Because it was just blowing out underneath the van.
So we're under the impression that he only left to have a reason to fucking.
He was already leaving before. Anyways, he was going, like, dude, his whole plan since the winter was, I'm gonna go to Missouri. His buddy used to call, I'd say his buddy, but this dude is hilarious, and I think he's Camp A, and of the spectrum level, and he'd call and just keep repeating this, are you coming to see us, Derek? And the conversation, he'd be on speakerphone and the conversation would just go just like that the whole way, and I'm trying so hard not to just bust up laughing the whole conversation. I'm like, wow, this is what you're gonna go hang out in the Ozarks with this guy? This is what you're going back to do? He's like, I'm going to go see my sister.
I think that's what the Ozarks are all about, pretty much.
I have family in Texas, and they have a family reunion every year. I had to go last year, as I promised my grandma, and then now they want to go this year. And I'm like, Grandma, I didn't know you'd still be alive this year. That's why I went last year. No, I just saw those fucking people last year. Why would I want to see them again? But it's the same, like you said, it reminds me of the same. They just like visiting.
Now
You gonna visit me? You're just gonna say that when I get out.
Oh, no,
Sure,
this
it's
guy's-
nice for you to visit me.
This guy's straight up. Derek didn't go. He's straight. What is he? He says he's autistic, and he's like Rain Man type, whatever that. I don't know the term, but
Autistic. I think you opened with it.
okay. Well, still, it's just the conversation is just flow, and it's like Derek's just like be nice. I'm like I am being nice. I'm not even being mean. I'd be more mean to you than I would be to him actually, if I was going to be mean to anybody. But I'm not. The way he went about, I don't know what I don't know why he doesn't trust me. He thinks I'm going to throw a banger in his house every night or something, or have a girl over there. Maybe it's just he thinks I'm.
Well, maybe it's because that time where you brought a girl.
Well, I
over
mean,
there.
I get it.
So if Derek's still gone, that means you're just crashing at his
No,
place
fuck
without
no.
him in the
No.
back window.
Nope, not doing it. No, he's got somebody goes over. I think it's Andrea or somebody, or somebody's there.
Derek fucking bought a Ring camera before he left.
Well, I'm not
I
going
guarantee
there.
it.
I ain't going in there. I'll go get my scooter when I feel like it to charge it if I can find a charger for it. But I ain't going inside the house.
Well, the word on the street is you are locked out, but I didn't know if they gave you any notice.
No, and I was leaving anyways.
So your shit's not locked in that house.
My golf clubs are in there. That's
Oh.
it. And I'll get them when I see fucking Andrea go over there, because she goes and checks every day. She's like,
Hey, it's there at the pawn shop, man. Whatever place the golf clubs are gonna hang out.
look, man, I need to sell them to the pawn shop. If anybody's gonna sell motherfuckers to the pawn shop,
We don't have a pawn shop.
we don't. I mean,
Bisbee not have a pawn shop.
The guy died.
or a bus.
they've had two
There's
or
no
three
Greyhound.
before. Dude, they do have a Greyhound. They have two different versions. One that takes you to
Imagine-
Sierra Vista and the one that takes you to Tucson.
Imagine you
They're
get
just
down
shuttles.
on your luck and you have to hitchhike to the next town to sell your shit. That's fucking bad, man. That's insult to injury.
I just be walking down the highway with my club strapped to my back.
Yard sale. He's got a yard sale. So it's like that bad Santa scene where he's making the drink at the tiki bar on the beach. He's behind the bar. You think he's a bartender, and then the bartender comes out. Get the fuck out from behind my bar. He's got a yard sale with just his golf clubs, and the person that owns the house. Get off of my yard. This not the fuck are you doing?
Borrowing your yard. I'm borrowing your
I'll
yard.
throw in this car. I don't have the keys for it, but I'll sell you this car too. If you buy these golf clubs, that's a deal.
The car's in the impound lot though in Bisbee.
All right, so when you finally Derek moves, I don't know if I've told this joke before. It's not mine. Some opening act that I had decades ago that he said, I lived with my mama so long, my mama moved out. She's carrying her stuff down the stairs.
Hey, I was
I'm
carrying
still
my stuff.
sleeping in my race car bed.
I ain't gonna lie, I was carrying my stuff to Backdoor Mike's because I was house sat from after Derek left.
Okay, so you weren't homeless.
Not for the first week. I'm still okay. Yeah, I've slept on a couple wood floors at work. I mean, Mike told me I could. It is what it is, and I was really drunk, but that's besides the point. Yeah, it's just it is what it is. I'll get through it eventually.
So where are you now?
I don't know.
Backdoor Mike, I talked to him. He said,
I'm
said,
squatting-
how long did it take you to get rid of Kenny after you got back from vacation? And he goes, a couple days.
A day. A day. I didn't even stay there the first night because he has the worst sleep apnea I've ever heard in my life. So I couldn't. Went sat on the couch and in 2 minutes I was out the door.
Imagine you snore so bad somebody'd rather be homeless. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I mean, I love you, dog. I even told him. I said, bro, I feel like you're gonna die, so I had to leave. I didn't want to be an accomplice.
Well, we heard you
so I'm
lost your
squat.
phone.
So I broke my phone running for the bus that you guys taught me how to ride.
Just should have taught you to be on time.
technically I was just, yeah, I wasn't. But
Damn, now this phone's broken and he can't tell what time it is. It's just a vicious.
it was,
cycle.
it was like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. I was like, my alarm would still work, so I'd wake up at 6 in the morning to my alarm and fucking shut up, turn it off, and I'm like, okay, now I know it's 6, and then I know it's 6:05 because it'd go off again, and then I know it's 6:10 because it'd go off again on snooze, and then 6:15 would be the last time I knew what time it was for the rest of the day, unless I asked somebody or seen a clock. But hey, sometimes you gotta fucking forget about time because it's irrelevant when you're fucking up and really don't give a shit about nothing because you ain't got nowhere to go, so it don't matter. Important
You can do
things.
his own motivational speaking.
You know what? That is a positive attitude. It's not your typical positive attitude, but it's a very positive attitude.
I don't think this lasts long. This might be just for the camera because I asked Backdoor Mike. I go, I haven't talked to Kenny because I heard he broke his phone. How's he holding up now that he is homeless? But Mike said, yeah, I'll come in and see him in the morning, and he's happy for the first sentence, and then he starts complaining about his life, and I'm like, God damn it, I just wanted to have a nice day.
It's okay. I'm doing my best to not bring anybody else down with me.
Listen, it's a special kind of positive thinking, Kenny, when you can be like, look, I didn't sleep very well last night because I was just on a plain wood floor, but it's not like I have a job I have to get up and go to.
I do have a job. I still have
I know, but I mean, you don't have to get up and go there. You're already there.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying.
So check this one out.
That's how you know he's cleaned the floors well.
If
He's sleeping on it.
If you worked here, you'd already be home.
I got one for you. Look, so wait. Let me give you an example of one of my nightly going to work episodes. So I went to karaoke.
Just to back up, if people don't know, Backdoor Mike owns a restaurant in town. It's fucking the best Mexican, and it's
good. It's
a taqueria outlaw.
I'm tattooed for life.
And Kenny has a job cleaning up after hours or before they open in the morning.
So I'm there on it was I think a Thursday night. I had been at karaoke at the Hitching Post for a few songs, and then I went to a friend's, and I drank like I want to say 5.99 bananas, like split them, or of some sort 99 fruits of whatever, and I knew the first half.
Those are the things that impulse buy bin at Circle K.
Oh yeah. I didn't look. They were already frozen. They were already there looking. They were there, ready to go. So.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
No, I don't. They are not good for you. I'm
Saving the wild cherries.
I know, because every time I drink 99 whatever, every time since the first time I ever drank it, blackout. So this last time was no different. And so I go to work, and I walk to work, mind you, all fucked up on these fucking drinks, some mushrooms, and a hit of acid, which I decided to take on the walk because I just didn't have enough in me. I guess, why not? Fuck it. It's going to be a shit night
Yeah,
anyways.
let the homeless have fucking drugs and,
Look, I had acid.
Listen, what's the point of being homeless if you can't be free to just take acid on your walk?
Why not? Fuck it. You're walking at 3.7 miles. You might as well trip while doing it. I mean...
We met Hobo Danny. I don't know if you've seen any of the footage yet, but it would almost be worth the excursion to embed Kenny for 3 days with that lot.
To show Kenny how to be homeless?
No.
Sometimes you just have to accept your lot in life, Kenny.
Dude,
You're not going to claw your way out.
Listen.
What you do is you just secure your place at the bottom.
Listen, I am not going there to get
Entry
robbed, raped,
level homeless.
fucking... Fuck that. I've been through that already. I'm still there, so don't fucking do me like that. I'll end up in fights and shit. No. You guys, I'd have my little belongings, and they'll try to steal them, and that'll be that.
Hobo Danny has a pet cat. He's a homeless guy with a pet cat.
I have a cat that I need to get out of the house that I'm squatting in. What are you talking about? Anyways, now back to this quick story.
So you can take the cat with you. It's a perfect fit.
So back to this. So here I am, fucked up at work. My friends show up to work, and all I can remember is making nachos that were delicious, and they weren't, they were good. And then I remember looking at my friends and I'm going, so yeah, you guys enjoy your nachos because I'm just gonna go to sleep right here where I sleep usually. And next thing you know, I'm waking up and everything's all cleaned up. They leave me some cigarettes. I have no fucking idea what time it was, but I turned the TV off. I looked around. I picked up my pillow, which was the bundle of aprons that has not yet been unwrapped, and I put them back. And I looked around the restaurant like I had finished my job. I went out, locked the door, and I walked the fuck back to Warren. Not doing a goddamn thing I was supposed to do at work that night. Literally meaning I just fucking left and oops. Was still tripping my nuts off when I woke up, by the way, and realizing that wasn't such a good idea to eat that gel tab on the beginning of that walk, that 4 hours or 5 hours prior. And then...
Do they piss test you at work?
No. So
Imagine fucking up the job that lets you sleep on the floor.
Dude, that's what I was telling myself. I was
damn.
like, did I actually not clean? Is what I was telling myself, because I was still tripping. I'm walking around the pit at God knows what fucking time, because the sun's been coming up earlier, so it's probably 5 in the goddamn morning. For all I know, I'm just looking around like, why is everything fucking still breathing? And why is it just like, and then I was like, fuck, I'm still tripping.
I can't down you too much because the other day we washed the hey, let's do a load of whites, and I okay, and she's like, what do I set it at again? And I'm like, what? I got some more fucking shit to put in there. I'll just do it for you. So the two of us did a load of fucking whites on heavy and hot, and realized afterwards we forgot to put any soap or bleach in it. That's the whole point. So two of us fucked up.
And we still have to redo that load.
Yeah, so it's not like we're perfect, but let's get back to your
But we're better than you.
You didn't have to sleep on the floor of the laundromat.
Hey, that's mean. I would never sleep there unless, it was warm enough. But anyways.
It could be worse, Kenny. You could have the used aprons as your pillow.
Look, I'm not using used aprons. I'm sorry.
That's it.
See?
But anyways, so, down and out, down on his luck. It's fine. It is what it is. But then you get the good news of, well, not good news, but it's news. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
That's the truth. Well, you started off by saying good news, and now you have to backtrack. That's what the
well,
problem is.
so you guys asked where I'm staying. I'm squatting in my old bedroom at the house I was living at before I left my girlfriend, because she is now in Tucson, getting treatment for a ginormous fucking tumor that they had discovered about a week and a half ago, because she was puking blood and so on and so forth. And it's what you would call, I would say, an aggressive fucking squid. Because it's fucking this big in her ovaries, now in her bladder, and it's progressively getting worse because she does a lot of...
You got out just in time, huh? Thank me. Thank me.
Imagine it from her perspective. She got rid of cancer and got cancer.
Do you know what?
One tumor to another. It seems like a pattern with you, Kristen.
You have a type.
It's a very aggressive type.
Footnote, I did not... yeah.
All right.
So needless to say, I don't know how to deal. I'm kind of stuck between I got away, like you said, in time, or damn, that kind of sucks. I feel bad because that's not what I expected. You don't want nobody to die. But, she's camping right now, so she's kind of having her... She's camping with her kids. She's in Mount Limbo.
Oh, I thought she was actually in the
Well,
ICU.
they won't treat her because she has cocaine in her system right now and weed and whatnot, and they're afraid she's going to die on the table.
Nothing get that cocaine out of your system like a camping trip.
And well,
with the kids. I was gonna say, but her kids are grown adults that probably score for her.
no,
A lot of cocaine at that camp.
no, they're maybe. Who knows? I don't know, but I feel it's yeah.
I like
what
the
it
way
is.
you put that present tense. They can't treat her right now because she has cocaine in her system. Not had cocaine in her system when they.
No, she did too. Then when she first went in, and then she had it again recently. And I'm like, you must not want to live, because.
All right, so you haven't talked to her. You had the,
Well, no,
you had the breakup that was extreme, and she was going into bars, fucking.
it was still
shouting
getting
you
weird.
down and
It's
tarnishing your reputation.
It was still
Turns
getting.
out
It
that
was
was the tumor.
so could have been, but
Was it a brain tumor? No,
It
it was
might
in my
have been,
cunt,
but
but
it-
still, it's a direct line of communication.
Makes me grumpy.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me till after I've had my chemo.
Don't talk to me until I've come down. I gotta get a beer. I'll be right back.
All right, so take us through this, Kenny.
Oh Lord.
You hadn't talked to her.
Well,
it was,
but I hadn't-
wait. Let me
Go ahead.
finish the question. You hadn't talked to her. It was a very acrimonious split. And so, how did it go from he's shit in my eyes to finding out she had cancer?
she found me. That's all.
Found you.
She discovered. I mean, that's a small town. She's gonna go every bar she can until she does find me.
Where did she find you?
Which time?
The first time that you talked to her, that
The
you were
gay
back in
'90s,
touch.
the gay '90s, and then the hitching post, and then the gay '90s, and then pretty much every time I was out, she'd find me somewhere.
But I'm saying, when did she find you on a friendly enough level to tell you she had cancer?
Oh,
not
yeah,
just-
that was, I got a phone, well, somebody else came looking for me and got a hold of me because she called them because my phone wasn't in service and she couldn't get a hold of me, so pretty much half the town was looking for me. Everywhere I went, Kristen's looking for you, tell her to call, she's in the hospital.
I don't want to beat the details out of this, but
That's what
how
I
did
was-
she have your phone number?
She didn't, she gave, look, I had her blocked, okay, listen, if you let me fucking explain for a second. I had her blocked, so she could not get a hold of me. And then all of a sudden I'm getting fucking bombarded by people saying, Kristen's in the hospital, she needs you to call her. I'm like, Jesus. And it's like, is this a trick or is it not? And it's like,
That was
everywhere
my
I
first
fucking
thought,
went.
is she's faking cancer to get him back.
Well, and when you said like, how did she do? Have you not hung around them? I pictured right away. I have fucking cancer, and it's all your fault. You fucking cocksucking son of a bitch.
That was last night's excursion, or the night before's excursion. I can't remember which night it was, but yeah, it's going through that one too.
And she's not getting it treated.
Not yet because she has fucking, she can't.
But is that because it's not real?
No, it's fucking real.
Okay, sorry.
I read the paper. I seen the paper from the hospital. She can't.
Was it handwritten?
No. Nope.
Legal pad?
Nope. Nope. It was there.
Lot
She's got the
lot of
CD.
It was actually a folded seal full of cocaine. He had to open it up, and then there was the paperwork.
Yep.
All right. So, at what point do you? I don't want to say exploit the situation, but at what point do you go? Hey, since you're all up there with cancer and stuff, but not getting treated and not in a hospital, but you're still up in Tucson, can I stay at your house?
Well, she kind of. That's where it becomes where you guys know I'm a fucking weak ass sap, and
You fucked her again.
nope, not while I was awake.
I think we should just end the podcast right there.
No.
The truth is very relative in this situation.
Look, man. All I know is Metal Monday, a month ago, I had another blackout moment, as I was trying to explain. I've had a lot of blackouts recently.
Yeah, but
And I had a flash of the bartender from the hitching post fucking tossing me into the back seat of a car, which turned out to be Kristen's car. And it was Kristen and the bartender and somebody else loading me into the back seat. So, oh, this is safe. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. I did not realize where I was being put. I was fucking hammered out of my gourd on fucking
This shows you
Bacanora.
that she doesn't share her cocaine because you'd have remembered.
I kept flashing too. That's the next thing you know, like you said. I mean, I wasn't awake, and so on and so. But anyways, so yes,
I've had Bisbee
Were you still
cocaine.
on top? You know, I can't sleep doggy style.
That's like a little where it's. Will you pay for you? I don't remember.
Kenny, fucking open mic Kenny humping stools.
Oh man.
No, but so now then she goes to Tucson, and she didn't want to go. She's the whole fucking time since she's been diagnosed, she's still worried about the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, you know what? The fucking cares what I'm doing? I'm not doing anything, and I'll make sure I'm not doing anything because I'll just walk around town all night long and all day long just to make sure you know I'm not doing anything. So leave me alone.
I'm looking at all of your hidden stash spots for cocaine in your house.
I
That's what
only
I'm
found
doing.
one empty bindle and one straw.
How many vibrators?
One.
How many other dudes?
One.
Yeah, she has multiple squatters in her house while she's gone.
A lot of those Mexicans stayed behind.
No, if they only knew right now, they'd be a free-for-all in that motherfucker probably. I wouldn't even know what to do.
No, I'm talking about the ones that were best at fucking her. She kept them in the basement.
No wonder why she was always
don't
mad
have
I
to
was
go-
there.
What's
I
that?
said, no wonder why she was always mad I was there. Interrupting her basement dwellings. I'm just kidding.
Now, I've done Bisbee cocaine before, and I'm wondering maybe that caused the tumor.
She got it from Sierra Vista. That's probably what-
That fucking talcum ad.
So one of the times she went to the hospital and got tested, she did not test positive for cocaine, and she was shocked because she had just done cocaine the night before.
Old Dwight York joke. He said, I just recently passed a drug test. My dealer's got some explaining to do.
I was like, I don't know if those are your friends or not. I mean, for real. I mean, shit. Did you realize that? Maybe now you realize that they've been. Never mind. You know. Anyways, but now she's at her daughter's Oro Mountain Lemon camping with her other daughter and her son, who just recently lost his job for a DUI because he's a dummy and got in his truck and went and passed out on the side of the highway.
You know, Derek goes camping quite a bit to get away from you too.
He's not getting away from me. He wanted me to go camping with him. I'm just not. I'm too scared to go camping with Derek because I'm afraid I won't come back. Type shit. Here lies Johnny Ringo. Here lies Castle Rock Kenny. I'm like, whoa, shit. That's where he goes.
I just pictured Derek telling that, if you went camping and you woke up,
Would you tell anyone? No? Good.
want to go camping?
Oh, I think the saddest part of making love to Derek would be the spooning he'd want to do after. I've always really liked you. Can you just beat it? One night stand whore.
He is the second worst snorer I've ever heard in my life.
It really says something about Kenny because not long ago I was talking about Derek, who was so lonely he just wanted a friend to hug, and then it's like, get the fuck out of my house.
No, I never.
I don't
understand.
care who it is. I just want someone to hug me.
If you guys
Fuck
were
you.
there, if you were actually there, you would see one thing. I did not fucking fuck with Derek's face like people like you guys would imagine.
No, I would
That's
never think
been verified
I
that
wouldn't think
to the
that.
point where
I wouldn't
Derek
even
was
eat his
creeped
fucking
out.
food.
I think Derek
I
is a
wouldn't
guy
take a shit in
who
his house.
has to be by himself. I mean, it has not a lot to do with you.
It was to the point that he could never tell if Kenny was there, because Kenny would shut his bedroom door, and it could be fucking 14 hours. But eventually he'd come out, put all his dirty dishes in the sink, and go back in.
I'd have one bowl, and I'd go watch. It's not like he'd say. That's what he would say. That's how he would put it. Of course he would.
Well, I didn't get this from the Bisbee
but
Observer.
I never even use. If I used a dish, I would fucking wash it, or I wouldn't wash it until the last day, and then I left him because he'd fucking pissed me off. But anyways, and it was a bowl in a fucking glass.
That's tenant abuse.
And not
Been
really.
there for more than a
I
month. They have to evict you.
Listen, I
I would have fucking I would let Derek do this if I had the house and if Derek was in the same position. He could fucking stay there for as long as the fuck he wanted. That's how I am. That's the way I think. I wasn't trying to take advantage of Derek. I wasn't trying to impede on his space. It's just I don't understand his thought process and why he doesn't just talk and he doesn't explain anything. So he's like his friend that calls him apparently. And says, "Are you coming to visit us?"
Hey, I think you should do your dishes.
He takes them out and redoes them. It's not like I'm fucking not gonna do them.
Hey,
He'll take them out and redo
do
them.
your dishes better.
No, he's just fucking crazy OCD. And
I was gonna say, Derek just seems like a guy, like a lot like myself, where you're just better off in your own
I try to
space.
clean
You know,
up-
any sort of thing in your
I'm not
space is
even
gonna
in-
have problems at
Yeah,
a certain
but
point.
it
It's
wasn't.
not you, I don't think.
Well, still,
I really
and then he doesn't try. Okay, what am I gonna do to his house? Does he really think I would fuck his house up instead of house sit it like a normal human being? Because it's not like, dude. That kind of fucking makes me think weird.
He might understand there's some volatility at play.
But I wouldn't fucking do his house dirty. I'm not gonna disrespect him like that.
I don't think you would either.
And I wouldn't.
I don't think he thinks that.
Well,
but
he
I
must
think he
because he
probably
doesn't
does.
trust me enough to.
Well, I
fucking,
think that he thinks
knowing I have
maybe you
nowhere to
associate
fucking
with
go.
people that he might not trust. And
Even
then,
in the
I
guest
don't hang out
house,
with anybody at
in
all.
in the little house, you get to a point of get the fuck out of my house. Where we were just talking about this yesterday, where like it's rare that I have a friend that I could leave there without worrying about. Like Shane Gillis, when he stayed forever, I didn't have to worry about that guy.
Yeah.
He'd fucking get up at 5 p.m. You'd see him for the first time, but anyone else, you're like, fuck, it's morning. They're gonna want breakfast. Or I'm cooking breakfast, but I don't want to cook for
You're
two.
just
But I don't
always-
want to walking in and seeing me cooking and then have to start over for them or whatever.
it complicates things.
Yeah. So just
I get
being in his house, like, what if I want to jack? If I was still a jacking man, I would fucking like. This house is such a okay. I'm just stopping in for my mail.
but yeah, and, jacking off aside, well, now that I'm older, you take a shower, you dry off. You don't want to put anything on right away. You want to go and lounge when you're,
No, I
in the
got you.
nude for a bit. I want to dry off all the way.
I have never lived by myself before, so I don't know what that feels like. So
You have never lived by yourself.
I never have. I've tried. I got
48.
I got an apartment, and every time I have, I've let somebody fucking move in.
What do
front
you
of me.
call staying at the taco place, Kenny?
Well,
What is it, you and your roommates on the fucking floor at the
Yeah, I pick
taqueria?
up
when the
talking-
lunch rush comes in, all of a sudden.
It's not. The point being, I've never had my own house, or every time I've done it once where I did, and I didn't have it because I got a roommate, and that's the dude that fucked me over in the end. So it's like,
People have different views of what's acceptable. I think that's why I've never had to. When I first joined the Army, I had a roommate. When I got stationed in Alaska, and we would get out every morning. You'd have to get up and run, and it was in Alaska, so it was cold. And you would wear polypropylene underwear, which are long johns, except they're way better. Yeah. So we'd put that on, and you'd go run, and no matter how cold it is, you're just drenched in sweat. We'd go back to the barracks. You'd go in. And I'd go in, strip everything off, put it in the dirty, go take a shower. I'd come out. This guy has taken off the outer shell of his PTs and put his uniform on and is ready for the day. If that gives you any idea what this fucking
I'm that
room
guy.
smelled like, yeah, but you have to stay. My bed was 6 feet from his bed.
No wall.
You know, there's no
That's
wall
different.
separating you. You both live in the same. And immediately, I told my platoon sergeant, I said, I think we need to do a room inspection today. And he goes, what? And I go, isn't today room inspection day? And he was like, and he was cool. He liked me. So he's like, yeah, Shake, I'm gonna inspect your room. I'm like, okay, sergeant. And we're like, what the fuck? Shake, why is your window open? And I go, because it fucking stinks in here. It's February in Alaska. I got my window cracked. I'm brushing snow out on the second floor because the drifts are all the way
Oh
up
my
there.
god.
So yeah, people have different levels of what's acceptable in a small space. And,
Look, Derek's still my friend and all, but he the way he was just, it's like, damn, bro, it's all good.
My question is, do you have any roommates now that you're squatting in your cancer-riddled ex-wife's house?
I don't really talk to the guy too much because we're not going to go there. I don't want to get into that. Let's just say he was my friend and now he's not.
But he lives in the house.
Yes. And
Wow.
he's been living there since I moved out.
All right.
And a little bit before, probably.
No. Maybe.
That was just
Who knows?
that was just temp work.
You know.
He didn't go full time.
Squat thrusts, we call them.
Look, I love my girl. I love her. 18 years. What can you do? I feel
Squat in
bad.
your house.
Well, she kind of told me to at the same time.
But if you have,
she gave me permission,
if you
so I can't get in trouble. He can't fucking come up from downstairs and be like, "Oh, get the fuck out! I called the cop." Blah blah blah.
does he have mail there? Because that's
seen
one of
any
the
for him.
keys. Mail, getting that. I learned that recently because getting mail. Because I have people that get mail at my house, and it can fuck you up. And if you claim you live somewhere, they'll say, "Prove it," and you prove it by showing them mail with your name on it with that address, and they say, now you have to go through the eviction process. You can't just put that person out on their ass because they live there. They have domicile established there.
Fuck. Bingo just went to get her real ID, and they said, we need a piece. It's the opposite of that. Where they go, we need a piece of mail in your name. I'm like, there's nothing in your name. I don't know.
And a birthday card would have worked. Seriously, they told us that. Fuck. Yet my old ID would not work, but a birthday fucking
But I did.
card would
I
work.
remembered. I have one American Express that's in her name. And I'm like, all right, but you had to drive all the way back from Douglas. He's still. Anyways.
Oh,
long
shit.
story. But yeah, that's
So yeah, that's your house now, Kenny.
I don't know. But yeah.
Legally.
It is. I'm still working. I mean, he didn't fire me after my last one. I did walk into Hitching Post on Sunday to him in the back with Kristen, and she had his legs. It was weird, and they stayed there.
That was. I think you need to flesh that out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm confused on who we're talking about.
Kristen had her legs in like Mike's, like over Mike's legs, and
Back
door?
door?
yeah, it was kind of He's like, I'm like, you're real comfortable though.
No, I
So-
think backdoor can pull a lot stronger.
Oh, I think he was working a three-way out with this other girl that was in there passed out on the couch. Trust me, it was weird. I think I fucking cock-blocked everything for him. Because I could hear him like, what the fuck?
That sounds rapey, but you.
No,
you're
it
gonna
was
sleep
worse.
when
No,
you
no,
fuck
no, no.
Kristen seemed fine. It's
She
kind of like the hot school teacher
Look,
that fucks the
this
boy.
is on Sunday. Look, and this is in the back of the patio of the Hitching
Kenny
Post.
has no idea he
No,
was
it's
part of
it.
that threesome.
It's alright.
You were on the receiving end and you have no idea. Why do you think Mike hasn't fired you?
So what's with all the drinking? Because you were never a big drinker at all. You're just a high guy, and now there's a lot of blackout stories.
Do you blame him?
No, I want to know.
I'm a lightweight too, so it's not like it takes much. I can drink 3 Jack and Cokes, and next thing you know, I'm fucking walking around the pit or marching up the canyon.
Kenny has a lot more reality he's trying to escape these days.
Do you like Kenny's like when you realize the telltale signs of alcoholism? Like, do you go, oh, I'm drinking in the morning, that's a sign?
No, it's like I'm
I just
wanting to have
spent
a
my
drink right
bus
now. That's
fare
kinda weird.
on a Jack and Coke. That's
What bus fare? I don't even have that right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
spent it on cigarettes.
I don't have bus fare, but you have cigarettes, you have acid, you have Jack
No,
and
I
Coke
didn't
money.
have, listen, look, acid was there. It was already
You can trade all those things for bus
Procured.
rides in Bisbee.
procured before all the drama.
We should try that. We should take the
That was
bus.
just what
Like the
happened.
guy who bought a house with a paperclip, he kept trading up. Let's see. Sorry, Kenny.
You guys yell at me when I interrupt you guys.
My
hard.
thought was funny.
I know, but
Yeah, we're the talent.
I know.
Speaking of, have you you had a world record run of never missing an
Yeah,
open mic? But then-
I've went to open mic and it's not as fun anymore because I'm not the host, and all these other hosts in town, they really suck.
So the open mic's been going. Sorry, I've been gone.
I go, I do my part, and I leave because I don't want to. If I win, I win. I don't want to win the $10 and the non-take-home trophy because it's okay. I mean, yeah, it's getting paid, but there's only the only people there that we're standing up for are the other 3 comedians that you can tell the same story to over and over and over and over, and they're just gonna, or you could tell them something new every week, and they're just gonna sit there and have the same reaction. even
Isn't
if you
that
are
a
funny.
definition of an open mic, though?
It kind of gets monotonous and fucking boring. That's the whole. Yeah. Anyways, and then now since I lost my license, I can't go to Tucson as free and willingly as I used to, or wanted to, or any of that shit, because I don't have a.
Can't
fucking
hop
car.
a ride with your wife.
So if you
Fuck no, I'm not going to get in the car with her.
so
dude.
if
I'm
you
not getting
do
out.
win the $10 and you leave, does somebody let you know later?
Nope. Fuck no. The same people just keep winning. Ian or whatever, he's the host at the Royale too, and it sucks. But anyways, I'm one of those comedians that are not even they can't make me laugh. It sucks. But it is what it is.
You were never a big laugher around here, but you're a muse. you create laughter.
Yeah, well, that's called a jester, as well, or an idiot.
There's a lot of words you could use, but you entertain us, and I was sad when I got home and I couldn't get a hold of you.
Well, so I went and put my chip into my old phone. That's how I replaced the phone, is put it into my old phone that I discovered at the house that I'm at. And I said, hey, maybe this will work. Click, and it sure enough did. And I'm like, hey. Then I looked at my contacts, which weren't my contacts. They're all Kristen's contacts, because she had mirrored the phone to her phone to get it to turn on, so she could search it to see what I was doing prior to, so on and so forth. But there was
My
nothing.
life is so uncomplicated.
We should do this to each other, honey. We are boring. We don't look at each other's phones. We gotta start
You have
this
to show
shit.
me your phone.
But-
Can you take a second, please,
Yeah, I know.
and read what I posted?
What I've realized without having my phone for 3 weeks or whatever, and it's like fucking retarded trying to have a conversation with anybody, because within 30 seconds, what? And it's like, what? Why? I mean, they're pointless.
Well, that's
in a
if
sense,
someone's breaking out their phone in the middle of
Nah,
your
nah,
conversation.
fucking, I know, Doug. I know.
You gotta
I know.
look at both sides of the equation.
I definitely do that on purpose a lot.
Well, I'm
that's
just
a
saying.
that's a pointed move of
I already
mine.
know that, but even
Maybe they'll shut up.
Have you ever faked a phone call and it doesn't stop them?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
hang on, I gotta take this fucking Safeway. Yeah. Anyway, do you still do the football parties? It's my lawyer. Yeah.
Cancer, you say? Hold on, sir.
What should I bring to the football party? No,
I remember when I was first going on the road doing triple gigs. I was opening for a guy named Matt Woods, who was fucking hilarious. But after shows, back then, all you're doing is you're doing comedy to hopefully get pussy. So after the show, he'd be talking to me. He's an older dude, and he can tell I'm just scoping out fucking chicks after the show, hoping someone says I was funny, and he'd be talking until he saw that I'm not paying any attention, and he'd go, so anyway, it turned out to be cancer, but thanks for listening. And he'd have a new one every time. So my sister ended up dying from it, but thanks for listening. Oh, sorry.
I like that.
Yeah, I like. That's what I like about here. We can all just openly acknowledge if we don't want to listen. I don't want to listen right now.
Yeah, that's why we get along so good, because you go, hey, I'm gonna have to move that podcast off a day, as I'm not in any fucking mood. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just gonna shorten my stories to like 1, 2, 3 words or none.
I dare you. I dare you to shorten your stories.
I tried.
Tighten them up, Kenny.
I tried and
Did
it
we-
doesn't work.
Did we?
I don't know how.
don't know if it was you or Derek. I don't know if we just talked about offering. All right, you're gonna give him a ride to the airport, but you can't. We'll pay you if you don't say anything the whole way. I think it was just an idea that we never did. You just can't talk. But Kenny, having to drive
I could do
hour
it.
45 and not say
I
anything,
bet you I could.
be fucking.
I'd bet you money I could.
You could put that on your Twitch. Just
Just watch Kenny grind off an entire tooth.
Nope. Right? You have no idea. I would literally turn on classical music, turn it up, and just drive and not say a word. Unless I was talking to traffic. Wouldn't talk to the passenger or nothing. That's where I would be.
You're better than me.
I remember those
I'm-
early days on the road were just endless fucking drives, and you realize I haven't spoken a word in 2 days. Just driving from Texas to Oregon or whatever.
Me and Tom didn't have conversation all the way home.
You and who?
Kanopka.
Kanopka. Where's he?
I see him every other day walking around town, just like a tourist.
My love.
He's like the accidental tourist that never left.
He found his spot, that guy.
I don't know what he does. I do not know what he does.
He's embedded himself in the culture well, man. Fucking.
Yeah,
we were going to the gym for a little bit until I got
He literally
started
looks
having
like
to
a
go to
tourist.
my grandma's all the time.
I see him, and then I'll say, "What's up, Tom?" He's like, "What's up, Kenny?"
Is he still at the Y?
I think so.
Have you thought about that? He seems to have gotten a good deal staying at the Y. Have you thought? You really should. I might even pay your fucking first month to move into that Warren Hotel. They're at the corner at the four-way stop where people are all mingling. You know, right there, right by.
Shared bathroom down the hall, shared kitchen.
Yeah, it's that one building at the right here at the four-way stop.
Is that where
Morning's
Sherry-
Cafe.
Yeah.
It's that one.
That's what I was talking about. That Hong
I
Kong
just take over that
documentary.
instantly.
That Hong Kong documentary. Everybody had the kitchen and the bathroom at the
Yeah.
end,
Yeah,
and
but
they
this
all
is
lived.
fucking trailer for sale or rent kind of fucking flop house.
Oh, this is like Slab City, fucking Bisbee style.
Yeah, they
I
still
would
charge
imagine there's a
$600
waiting.
a month.
I would imagine there's a waiting room or waiting list for
You don't
those
think
places.
I just go up there and throw somebody out and be like, "Yep, my turn." It's not that hard.
Is that really how it works?
I mean, it could.
If we embedded,
I mean, that's kind of how I pictured Slab City. You know, like if you just go there and be
You
like,
fucking start. You just go there a couple days in a row, befriend somebody, and then boom. Hey, it's time
yeah,
for you
you
to go,
just
bro.
slowly move in.
Yeah, just like I know how to do.
we stayed,
Yeah.
we stayed at.
But it's you don't think
Just go
that's
there.
not. But that's not a viable
Just go there and
place
pass out.
at this point. You think it will be?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I can't. Dude, I don't know about what's wrong with me. I just can't fucking. There's certain things I can't do, and that's like one of them. Is I can't live around people like that.
Oh,
It's like
I'm
you
with
got like Derek. It's like I can't do it.
I'm
just
with you.
fucking.
I understand.
That's why I was gonna ask.
Why do you think I walk around all night? Because I'd rather
Well,
be alone.
Yeah, that's what makes the cheap rope and Harbor Freight so scary.
Well, yeah. It's true. Or it really makes owning a gun really scary because as long as I don't carry it, I'm fine. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I mean, they take your shoelaces when you go to the mental hospital. So I mean, if
These
you're
are
really
fucking
committed,
man
you don't fucking act like if I had a gun, you got shoes, you fucking pussy. You know.
That's right.
I never even thought of that, dude. Thanks for giving me new ideas. Now I have to walk around the pit fucking shoelaceless. Fucking take all the strings out of my sweats. Be walking around holding them up.
We should get some B-roll of Kenny just walking around the pit, avoiding traffic because there's no sidewalk.
You should let me use those glasses. You'll see how fucking close it really is. I'll give you a fucking bird's eye view of what it looks like at 2 in the morning as these cars are flying.
Yeah, just a GoPro on Kenny's head as a Twitch stream.
I do it embedded.
I've been saying it for forever, but
That's why when Hobo Danny and his crew, and they're
I can go
they
take
got
over the
their
hobo
shit
camp
together.
here above behind the post office. Any of these hobo camps. There's like
You don't have to take over, Kenny. You can just fit in, man.
no, I don't want to fit in. You take over, then you come up and you
He
move
wants
out.
to win the $10.
Listen, you're either the raper or the rapee at these homeless camps,
Fuck that,
man.
bro.
There's
They're-
not in between.
You have bro, you have no idea about the stories being heard about these homeless dudes and.
You're
whatever.
right. I do not. I am so grateful, Kenny, that I have not heard any
Like
stories.
pop around the corner and there's Diesler. Oh yeah, just going to town on the dude with the little dog. Ooh, that's not a vision.
Well, that's the good thing. You haven't heard a lot of these stories, but you will. I will wrap up here because
Signing
afterwards we're gonna have you fucking read some police beats. I
Yes.
got a month's worth. So
I'm so lucky I ain't been in those either. Yes. Thanks a lot. It was fun.
Police beat, or as it's now called, Where's Kenny? You have to figure out which police beat is secretly Kenny.
yep.
I started out happy.
That's a wrap. All right, let's fucking open this up and get some air.
Oh, that was fun.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna get killed by one of her kids. You know? And I'm not even being me.